I'll bring in on that note also Mir Farid, who's joining us live from Srinagar. Mir, this is a similar concern, that had gripped Kashmir a few months ago after the Pahalgam terror attack, that tourism had taken a hit. Has that changed in the run-up to, New Year's Eve? Are hotels packed? Are we seeing a lot of tourists there?
Well, Akshita, it's been literally a divine intervention because whatever people tried, the government, the stakeholders, nothing worked. FAM tours, they went to tour operators, tried to reinstill sense of confidence on security, on safety, but that did not work. And then comes snowfall on the 22nd, 23rd of December, and that's changed everything. In a matter of few days, places like Gulmarg, which is considered to be the epicenter hub of winter tourism, are absolutely chock-a-block. There are tourists there. But yes, the celebrations are different because Kashmir, considering its traditional, its cultural ethos, its winter calm, here it's more about soft things like the soft lights behind me. It's not about fireworks frenzy. It's not about loud music systems, high-pitched Dolby sound music systems. It's about calm. It's about peacefully celebrating or ringing in the new year. Now that's something that Kashmir has always done. Though being a tourist spot, they do provide facilities for the tourists, but it's mostly about soft music system. It's mostly about a bonfire outside. But again, the temperature is like -5, 6, 7 in Gulmarg. So obviously, partying out is also that way difficult. But as I said, Kashmir is about tranquility.
That you're seeing a calm, quiet New Year. To me, that's the ideal New Year, really. But let me bring in Samarth Srivastava, who's joining us live from Ayodhya, from Ramnagari. Ram Samarth, what's happening there? I understand there's been such massive crowds that the authorities have said, don't come before 2nd January.
Well, exactly, Akshita. Ram from Ayodhya, and I must tell you that it was a double bonanza for those who came here. Number one, obviously, it was the conclusion of the year. They wanted to celebrate it with the blessings of Lord Sri Ram at the Ram temple. Number two, it was the 2nd anniversary of Pran Pratishtha. That means the consecration ceremony that happened in 2024. It was the same date that by the time of Hindu calendar that Pran Pratishtha happened in the presence of Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. So Ayodhya is celebrating two moments at a time. One, the conclusion of 2025. Number two, that's the Dwadashi. That's the 2nd anniversary of the Pran Pratishtha. Though public not much on the roads as of now. You see the visuals here from the Ram temple. You see people coming here, ladies, gents, even elderly coming in numbers. But the number is not that much as you were seeing in the afternoon or in the morning. This is the entry point of Ram Janmabhoomi, Ram Mandir, and the visuals out here clearly are scintillating at the time when the sun sets. Ayodhya, Ram Mandir brims in light.
Huge crowds are expected where you are, Samarth. So we will catch up with you for that update. I'd like to thank all of my colleagues for joining me, wishing all of them a very, very happy New Year, a very happy 2026. As I wrap up this broadcast, here's wishing all of you as well a happy, prosperous, beautiful, healthy, wealthy New Year. A happy, healthy 2026. Remember, it's already 2026 in some parts of the world. I'm leaving you with stunning images from New Zealand, where the new year was welcomed with a spectacular fireworks display. Enjoy this. I'll see you in 2026.